What's going on, YouTube? Once again, this is another podcast talk movie review, and I have a lot of friends on this Skype talk. I have with me Big White Honky, NexusProdgy, and King of Comics. You guys introduce yourselves.
Hey, what's up, Monster? Big White Honky here. How y'all doing today?
Yo, I'm the Beast from the West, NexusProdgy.
Hey, what's up, everyone? KingofComics726.
Alright, cool. So we got that down. Today, this is a late talk, and we're going to be talking about X-Men Days of Future Past and how it may lead up to X-Men Apocalypse, what we might expect, and everything. So this is basically random. There's no notes. So if it's all jibber jabber, just deal with it. And this will be a long video. And if you watch all of it, please like it, subscribe it, and supply it. Alright, so X-Men Days of Future Past, let's just all grade it out of a 10. I'm gonna give it a 7.5, 8 stars.
I would give it, I'd say about 7.5, 8 stars too.
I'd give it an 8 out of 10.
I give it an 8.5 out of 10.
Yeah. To be honest, the reason why is because it's the best X-Men that they created so far in this universe that they rebooted, even though they have certain characters that shouldn't be there. But you know, they put a good script, and it's not all that disorganized and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, and it also fixes a lot of the mess ups they made in X-Men 2 and X-Men 3.
Oh, don't mention those movies, please.
Horrible movie.
I think we all know the show stealer in that film, which was Quicksilver.
But, damn, I think they made him just a little too in that movie. It was so epic looking at him that I was like, man, can Quicksilver move that fast?
It's true, he is the fastest man in that show and in the universe. What you think, comics?
They made him too much of a good guy when he's, like, could have been more bad and more funny.
You was... I mean, you know, we all saw him in X-Men Evolution. I don't know, well, I mean, I saw him, and he wasn't that much of a bad guy, but he was more of a smart ass and try to have a kind heart, but you know, the bad guy got to do what the bad guy got to do.
Yeah, like Rip Hunter from the DC universe.
Alright, but we can both all say, for the most part, that this Quicksilver was better than the Quicksilver in Avengers 2.
Yeah, most definitely, man. To be honest, I didn't like. All right, I understand the guy, Aaron. He was kick-ass, and he was in Godzilla, which I didn't know. I had to freaking collect info because he looked so familiar. But he's not a superhero guy in my eyes. He doesn't. He he won't fit the part, and especially be a starter. He's more of a role player. Like you could throw him in there like Hawkeye.
Yeah.
What about you, comics?
The one in Days of Future Past and Age of Ultron are two different takes on the characters. One is more like from Europe and has completely different origins, and one is from like a typical kid.
Yeah, he just sit there, listen to music, and enjoy his life.
Literally in steel. Alright, so now that we mentioned like some good things about the film, I think we should mention some things that weren't as good. Like something that shouldn't be in the film, or it was just like, eh, you know? You guys got any ideas?
Well, for me, I thought the way that Magneto in that movie, I thought the way he turned against them in a way,
Hmm.
um, I really didn't like that. I thought it was too forced. I thought it was still good, but I just thought it was forced. It just came about all of a sudden.
Yeah, like supposedly that he killed the president and
Yeah.
stuff like that. Uh, I don't know. And then to think about it, it's funny how all of a sudden they made like a plastic cell for him, and then if you look at X-Men, the first one that ever came out, or the second one, he was in a plastic cell. It's kind of weird
Yeah.
how they made that.
Glass.
I don't know, but what you think, Nexus? Anything you think that was like kind of random or bad?
I didn't like the explanation to how Wolverine was sent back. Like, they didn't establish, like, okay, every 5 minutes out here, it's a week over there or something like that. They never explained that. So is Blink just holding Wolverine in that state for 2 straight weeks?
It is true because to look at it, he was there for several days, and probably in their current time it was probably seconds, but that is a good thing. That's a good brain thinker. What about you, comics?
I have a couple things.
All right, go on ahead,
One
man.
are like how Magneto looked, his costume and all. Like in Apocalypse, they got his look down perfectly, but they just should have had that in Future Past. And Sentinels, they looked horrible, and they shouldn't have killed off like all the mutants from like First Class because they could play an important role down the line, especially like Emma Frost with Cyclops, or Azrael, or Azazel, whatever, with Nightcrawler
Yeah.
and all.
Um, it's kind of weird though that they had Emma Frost even in First Class. You know, she she's very younger than no. Forget it. I was thinking about Wolverine, X-Men Wolverine Origins. That she was in the movie. That she was the girl that turned into all those diamonds and stuff like that. But I mean, in First Class, she was good, but I don't know. In that time era, they probably shouldn't have mentioned her. It's like very early
Yeah.
and stuff
She
like
fits
that.
more into the Apocalypse storyline.
Mhm. Yeah, because I understand everything happened in what 1970, early 80 stuff.
The 60s, I think.
Yeah. So you can't bring in all these people, especially if they're all around the same age. We all know Magneto and Professor X are the oldest and eldest of human mutants besides Wolverine, but that they've been around, you know. Because Emma Frost is about the same age as Cyclops, like in the 30s and shit.
Yeah.
Well, that's comic book verse, but yeah. um, the Sentinels, they're cool. I mean, they we couldn't really see them in what was it, X-Men Last Stand. We really didn't get to see them at all, but hopefully we do get to see them. But that's a lot of CGI, especially if you think about it. They're like as tall as the World Trade Center.
Yeah. And some really, really big guys, but I mean, they were all right. I think they could have maybe worked another month or so on the way the Sentinels looked.
Yeah, it was a prototype if you looked at it really, because they were skinny, but then oh well, a little Magneto touch. Oh, but yeah, I mean they did kill off a lot of people. To think about it right now, like I still don't understand why Scott Summers' younger brother is there. You know, especially now that we're moving to Apocalypse, and Havoc, who is Scott's younger brother, is older than Scott. You know, it's kind of weird how they do this timeline, you know, and rumor has it that, you know, the new Fantastic Four that came out, which was great, ladies and gentlemen, is supposed to have the same universe as X-Men, and Deadpool is supposed to have the same universe as X-Men. So it's a weird triangle, but I don't know.
Hey, maybe we'll get a cameo from Deadpool in the Apocalypse movie.
Shit, if Fox could pay Ryan Reynolds his cut, why not?
Yeah.
I don't know tonally if Deadpool would fit in X-Men Apocalypse, even if it was just a cameo. I feel like Apocalypse will be like this dark, brooding kind of serious movie, and then you're gonna have this funny, laugh out loud, campy character out of nowhere.
Yeah.
What you think, comics?
You can make it like for Deadpool, and then he makes a joke about how Apocalypse looks.
There's the camera.
Oh man. You know what? I think after this review, we're gonna talk about Deadpool because, yeah, I think that's later on, ladies and gentlemen. But I mean, overall, the movie was good. But you know how it's weird how they killed Storm. Who was it? What's his name? Bishop, right? That was the guy, right?
Yeah.
Bishop.
Blink.
The girl that did the
Iceman.
transporter. Shit, who? Colossus. I'm sorry, but yo, they violated him. They literally ripped him in half. I never seen that before. Shit, I didn't even think they would go that far as, you know, killing someone, because I mean, with Iceman, fuck it, crack his skull, right? Oh yeah, that's Coca-Cola for you folks.
Right.
Hey,
7 out of 10 for that bird.
Nah, man, I mentioned it in the stream, in the review, guys, earlier, that this was a random talk. So if we're not talking, we're trying to gather our thoughts. So please stick with us.
Alright, so any notable performances you guys would like to talk about in the movie?
Jennifer Lawrence. Yeah. I'm kind of happy she's leaving X-Men, because I think she could do much better if she were to be in another franchise or to be another superhero.
Well, Michael Fassbender and the other guy, the guy who plays Charles Xavier, both signed on for more movies. So
Yeah, I think they signed on for what, 4 movies total?
I think so.
Yeah.
And Beast is also gonna leave soon.
So I can see them in Apocalypse, how they're gonna usher in the younger Nightcrawler, the Cyclops, the Jubilee to take place in order, like to replace Beast and Jennifer Lawrence as Mystique and.
Oh man. Please, let's not talk about the new cast of X-Men Apocalypse. I can't. Oh my goodness, Nightcrawler looks more disgusting than the one that was in X-Men 2. Like, I understand he's a young person, but my goodness, look at X-Men Evolution Nightcrawler. He didn't have no scars or tattoos. Oh.
They should have just made X-Men Evolution, where he can change his watch and
Yes.
turn human.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, but if you're gonna do an X-Men movie, look at that show, and if you want teenagers, those are your teenagers right there. You had Cyclops and Jean Grey in love. Wolverine was the old man, had the jackass you don't want to train with. You had Spike, Storm's nephew. He was the bomb. you know, and then X-Men Evolution we had Storm being possessed at half the time. That show was top notch, even though they rushed Apocalypse, the finale. That's what sucked. It was like 2-3 episodes and that was it.
Mm-hmm.
But that show had a lot of characters and it was really good. Like if you mention Gambit, I want that X-Men Evolution Gambit. I don't think Channing Tatum could look like that, but I don't know. We gotta wait for that script. We gotta wait for the director and what the movie's about.
Probably the one performance in Days of Future Past that I'll praise is Peter Dinklage's performance as Dr. Bolivar Trask.
Yes, he was very. I thought he was very good. He was better than the one from the other X-Men movies.
Just like in every other movie I've seen, he plays an amazing role. And I really thought how he was able to convince the government to go against these people was just so amazing, because he was like, oh, we should fear them. Oh, they're completely different from us. And I thought it was brilliant.
Yeah, I like Michael Fassbender's performance as well until the very end, where they just made him generic villain guy, bad guy.
Yeah.
Like I liked how they got him on board for to help save all the mutants and everything, and at the end, oh, I'm just gonna go do my own thing and destroy this guy and just start this all over again.
Yeah, it's like he had no plot to become evil. It's just he automatically decided it right then and there.
Yeah, that if you think about it, when it comes to villains in most movies, they rush them.
Mm-hmm.
And like in TV shows, you get your time because you know you got episodes, but in a movie, they're like, you know, we have a certain cap limit on sitting people down in a seat for us, you know, so we gotta do this 1, 2, 3, folks. But who knows?
I think James McAvoy had a good performance because you see his character have to have redemption from where he is in the beginning to the end.
Yeah. And having to overcome that fear of wanting to be a mutant and stay on the side of being a human or a mutant. It was really good going through his mind throughout the movie.
Yeah.
I especially like that scene where we got Professor X and Professor X talking to each other.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was a good scene. You had a hippie and then a bald man. This is a quick question. Do you think Professor X was a drunk?
He came off more as more like a heroin addict.
Yeah, like a burnout.
Yeah, because he was fearing if he didn't have the cure so he could walk. He was always dreadful of that, and you even see it when he's just a little bit late from his next injection.
Yeah. What you think, comics?
He was almost like suicidal. He didn't really care anymore.
Yeah. Hey.
In a way, I can see that. Yeah.
Well, I mean, now, you know, now that I think we could always go back to Days of Future Past, but now we could talk about Apocalypse. Do you think James McAvoy can top notch Jonathan Stewart's? I think I said his name correctly, but Patrick Stewart, I meant. Him being bald, him being Professor X, and just not taking control, but like having order and just teaching the young minds about their powers. You think he can fulfill that role?
No.
I'm still not convinced. No.
No. I mean, I like him, but I mean, you're putting him up against Patrick Stewart. Patrick Stewart is a phenomenal actor, and just everything he does, you just absolutely love him in. He was the perfect Professor X.
Yeah. What about you, comics?
I think in the beginning you're not gonna like feel like his performance is good enough, and then like at the end you'll be like, oh shit, like unexpected, and you're like, okay, I could see him doing this longer.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be his third film compared to Professor X's like 4 films, I believe. But who knows if they could get the chair correct. If he could get the nice suit, I don't know, but it's gonna be a tough one. It's gonna be a tough one.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. The I'm actually really skeptical about Apocalypse because I, for one, love Halle Berry as Storm. In all the movies she's played as Storm, I've absolutely loved her as Storm. I think she fits it perfectly. And now they've got someone new, and she looks like Storm in my opinion. But I don't know. I just when I think of Storm, I don't even think of the original '90s cartoon Storm anymore. I think of Halle Berry when I think of Storm.
The short hair,
Yeah.
gray hair, dark hair. Yeah.
Do you like the mohawk on Storm?
No, not really. But it is the '80s, so I can understand where they're going from with that whole punk rock thing. But it doesn't really fit with Storm's character. I mean, she's pretty much the queen of a nation.
Not in this canon. In this canon, she's Americanized and not really. She can't really do the Queen of Wakanda story arc like in the comics.
Cause copyright.
Whatchamacallit, do you I think the whole mohawk came from like the comic books because you know if you looked at it in the anime in the 90s, she had the full set of hair, and then in the evolution she had the full set of hair and stuff like that. I don't know. And then she's also a dark horse. She's a horseman. I mean, she has powers, I understand, but how they're gonna, how Apocalypse is gonna use her, or how she's gonna use her powers is, it's gonna be a little, it's double standards. I don't know.
Yeah.
Wait, so who are the 4 horsemen in this movie?
Is Magneto, Storm, Angel.
Psylocke.
Oh yeah, Psylocke. Oh my goodness, Psylocke.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Spot on.
Yo, I'm sorry, but to be honest, that Psylocke is better than the one that was in Last Stand. Okay, but I hope Olivia Munn, she's doing all this sword practice and shit like that, but if she does if she pulls the lines, she has no stunt double. Oh man, she might get a spin-off movie. She might even get a spin-off TV show. Shit, I'll do that.
This is kind of off topic.
Yeah.
But would you think we would ever see her brother in the X-Men universe, or is that more of the Avengers type of universe?
Who's her brother?
Captain Britain.
Shit, you're gonna have to teach me. You're gonna have to knowledge me.
I think wouldn't that be Sony?
Why Sony?
Captain Britain, right?
Well, I don't know. Actually, I think that would more be Marvel's territory because I know he fought with Captain America a time or two.
Once again, another Fox and Marvel barrier, folks.
Yep. Right. All because Marvel had to almost go bankrupt in the '90s.
Oh man.
Do you think we'll get that X-Men TV show greenlit, or do you think Marvel will just be a dick and say no because you fucked the Fantastic Four, you won't give it back to us?
I'd say it'll probably get greenlit. X-Men's really popular, so it'll definitely get greenlit.
feel like Marvel would have to make a deal. Like, you give us some characters and we'll let you do the TV show. Like, Marvel's been asking for Silver Surfer and Galactus from Fox for a while now, and every time Fox turns it down.
Yeah, well, yeah, well, I have nothing to say to that.
Yeah, I mean,
Give that back.
I don't know. That them two, they can always fight and bicker and stuff like that, but it's always the studio. You know, I mean, both don't get things correctly. That we gotta keep it honest. We gotta be honest. They don't do everything to the comics, and they always switch things around. So maybe understands. Sony did their little deal with Marvel with Spider-Man. I understand that's like one barrier, but
Mhm.
other than that, I don't think anything else is going to break down for a while. It doesn't matter what failed or anything. It's just we own it. We own it. If when the contract is up, then you can buy it. If not, we can rebuy it or we'll just throw it in the back, and then when we want to find something, we'll dust it off.
Well, didn't Marvel get the rights for Daredevil back after Fox didn't do anything with it from that Ben Affleck movie?
Wasn't that Sony?
No,
Yeah,
no.
Sony.
It was
No,
Sony or
I
thought
think it was
Fox.
no, I thought it was Paramount. I thought it was 20th Century Fox.
Was Punisher Sony then?
Punisher was Lionsgate, I want to say.
Oh man, you know what? Thomas Jane, who played Punisher.
Thomas Jane?
Yeah, the movie, he did a good Punisher.
I liked him better in that YouTube short, Dirty Laundry.
Oh man, nah. But yeah, there's a lot of people. I mean, everyone wants and stuff like that, but you gotta pay. Who you could make $1 million in a week. I think 200 million. I think is the price for a character. I think that's how it is.
I think the next character that would actually go to Marvel is probably Namor from Universal, because they have nothing in plan with him.
Yeah, and they need someone to rival Aquaman once he makes his appearance.
Well, actually, I'm a Fox, Universal, and Marvel all own a share of Namor.
Hmm.
Like Fox owns the first mutant Namor. I want to say
That's true.
and
He was a
Universal owns the first Submariner Namor, and I think Marvel just owns the regular Namor.
Hmm.
So they all have a piece of Namor. So I don't think anything's gonna happen with that character until something can be worked out.
It'll just be a standstill.
I mean, you
Yeah.
could make 3 Namors if you want, right? From different companies, and just find 3 directors, and they all shoot it their way, and bam.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, now, alright, since we talk about Marvel, like now DC, right? If you look at it, there's only 2 companies. There's CW, and then there's WB.
Right now,
And
CW's way better than WB.
Yeah,
Honestly.
definitely. Everyone's hyped for the newest seasons.
what you think, comics?
I'm excited for Netflix shows.
Yeah, comics doesn't like DC as much,
I don't think he likes them at all.
No, I want to say as much because I don't want people to backlash, you know what I mean? So I'm going to say that. But, you do have to give credit when it's due. If you look, alright, I'm going to keep it real honest right now. Since I have you guys, everyone shitted on season 3 of Arrow, right? Everyone heard, CW was hearing what people were saying. Oh, season 3 was doo doo. Felicity and Oliver, blah blah blah. Now they're not they're pulling out all the guns. Okay, You guys lost Constantine. Bringing that dude in. Bringing in another love interest of Oliver. You know, they're bringing in so many people. CW and Arrow. It's gonna be crazy. I know they're gonna do a lot of breaks during that season because right now they're filming episode 5. That's with Constantine, and I don't know because the Flash had like 4 breaks during his one season, you know, and it started in October. It didn't finish till about February, March ish. So
Was it 4 breaks? It felt like more.
Well, probably not 4 breaks, but it was a lot of weeks off.
Yeah.
It's a lot of weeks off. But I'm glad that Flash right now is being secretive as it is. You know, it's all right. You guys want Jay Garrick? You got it. You guys want Wally West? You got it. Nothing else. You're gonna wait till October, and you're gonna get your season premiere October 6th. Bam, bam, bam.
Headshot.
But
I'm excited for the DC cinematic universe, but as right now, Warner Brother, CW has me won over all the way.
yeah, I mean, the only show right now that is not officially greenlit and has a release date is Titans, the Teen Titans show, live action, human. That's the only thing that's right now not filming or anything.
I
But
thought a pilot got ordered. I thought a pilot got ordered for that.
it did, but the thing is, they're still looking for cast people because they're doing Nightwing, from what I read, Raven.
And then he turned into Nightwing.
Yeah, it's not an easy show. Oh, someone linked in the Skype. I'm gonna check that out later. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff coming out, folks. 2016 is going to be one of those years that if you do not have a job, you better save up some money because guarantee you will watch every movie that comes out 3 times. And if you watch it illegally, I will try to find your IP address and I will hunt you down. And drag you out your house. I don't care if it's a snowstorm. You have to watch in the theater, okay? Have you ever heard of IMAX, folks?
Mm-hmm.
The Dark Knight owned that shit, all right? I don't want to bring up the numbers, but The Dark Knight did $1 billion+. Shit was no joke, and till this day, Heath Ledger, rest in peace, man. But
yeah, Heath Ledger's Joker was good, but Mark Hamill is the definitive Joker.
What you think, comics?
Do you think if Heath Ledger was alive, they bring him back for the DCEU?
Oh, guarantee, man. Guarantee. That's stone cold word right there. Because if you watch the movie, like if we were to watch this movie right now, and we did our commentary, we nonstop, you would just see how the Joker is like fucking bananas, man. Like, understand, and he did take it down the road where now Jared Leto has to pick up, if you look at it.
Yeah, he's got to take something perfect and make it his own, and make it equally as good or better.
Yeah. Cause the Watch Mojo Jojo. I said it. I did the Powerpuff Girls thing right there. How the top 10 Dark Knight trilogy
moments.
Yeah, like you saw number 1, the interrogation, right? And if you do think about it, if you look at it, it should be, it should and can be number one, because that's the first time they meet in the room, and you see Christian Bale, the Batman, just wanting to rip rip Joker in half.
Mhm.
Shoot, man. But yeah, it's a lot. Oh man, 2016.
Mhm.
The
The year
killing,
of comic book movies.
the killing
Yeah.
joke, the killing joke. I think I might have to buy that comic before I watch the animated film, or I might watch the animated film first, then read the comic, and then do a review about that.
Do we know
Marvel
who's
needs-
gonna voice Batman in the Killing Joke animated
Yeah,
series?
Kevin Conroy.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
and Mark
Mhm.
Hamill was the Joker.
I knew that Mark Hamill signed on, and I knew Kevin was iffy if he was gonna do it or not.
Oh yeah, they're gonna do it. Mark Hamill, he he said, yeah, I'm up for I'm up for the part, and then I think Kevin was like, this guy's doing it, I might as well, you know, fuck it. I don't. I mean, animated films, they cost as much as TV episodes to be made. I know that for sure, or way much more.
One thing I have to say is Marvel needs to step up their animated movies and series. Like, 'cause it's just getting dreadful.
Is it even a competition at this point? Is it even
Like all
really a
this
competition?
Japanese stuff, they should make a Civil War animated movie or Marvel Zombies type of stuff.
Yeah, it's been going downhill since the animated Iron Man show, and then it went even further downhill with Avengers Assemble.
They canceled Wolverine and the X-Men, which was a good show.
Nickelodeon, man.
Mhm.
They canceled Spectacular Spider-Man.
That was Disney. And then Ultimate Spider-Man was MTV. That was with Neil Patrick Harris. That's what I was telling you about Nexus the other day.
I wasn't a fan of that. I don't like how like the animation style.
Cause I know what you mean. It was like more of a comic book TV
Yeah.
show, like The Watchmen, if you want to just put it to that term.
Yeah, I can see that.
But I'm gonna. Oh yeah, King. I'm gonna tell you what me and Whitey was talking about. How if they do a Spider-Man movie, right? And I want Miles Morales, and he wants Miles Morales, and I think Honky, I'm gonna let you take this, and you should explain why you think Miles Morales should be the next Spider-Man.
Well, I mean, it's no secret that everyone's tired of Peter Parker. Every time you see Spider-Man on TV or movies or even cartoons, it's always Peter Parker, Peter Parker, Peter Parker. So, I had this brilliant idea to set up a plot. It was Peter meets Miles at the beginning of the movie while he's already Spider-Man and doing his thing. And then, they get into some stuff. Miles gets bit by a spider, or, he takes a sample of Peter's blood and he injects it into himself or something like that. He ends up gaining powers, and then Peter takes him as his tutor, and he's showing him the ropes, and then they end up having to fight someone. We'll say it's a Mysterio. And, well, Mysterio ends up killing Peter Parker at the end of the movie, or near the end of the movie, and Miles takes up the mask or the mantle of Spider-Man, takes down Mysterio, and becomes the New Age Spider-Man. It's just a simple plot.
But Marvel would not do that because they have the rights to Spider-Man. They want to do it at least right once, and then they'll go Miles.
Yeah.
But I think they should have like Miles as a supporting character in each film, and then in the final film, Peter Parker dies, and then he becomes Spider-Man.
Who's to say Peter even has to die? What if they do the thing where at the very end of the movie, MJ and Peter find out they're having a kid, and Peter finally says he has to give it up, give up the role of Spider-Man, and then he passes it on to Miles, making him a suit, saying, "I need you to be Spider-Man." And we could have that dynamic duo to where in Miles' movies, let's say he's down and out of it and not feeling like being Spider-Man, he could have a talk with Peter, and Peter can be the Uncle Ben role models for him.
Okay,
But just like,
Nexus, spin
but
your
just let's say that
knowledge.
happens. Peter would be, well, what, just like 25 in the
Mm-hmm.
movies around that time, and I think fans would kind of be like, oh, he's still young. They should at least give him to his 30s, or if they even want to have two Spider-Mans, have one like a Netflix show, and then have one of the movies.
Okay.
You could cross paths.
I would like a Netflix Spider-Man.
Yeah, man. I mean, let's all be honest. Right now, Netflix and Marvel, they own it when it comes to that because they curse. They're gritty, and basically Daredevil is the mantle that you have to take over on Netflix when it comes to the superhero. I understand Jessica Jones and Luke Cage. I don't give a fuck about them. The one I
Iron
really
Fist, Iron Fist, Iron Fist.
yes,
Yeah.
Iron Fist is the main one because why? He was mentioned, not his name, but his symbol, his brand was
Yes.
mentioned in Daredevil.
That and Danny Rand, some company, is responsible for Daredevil going blind. It was his if you look at the beginning scene, the truck tilt over, it says Rand Company, and it was a chemical, so you could see that duo of Daredevil being pissed off at him, saying, your company made me go blind.
And we all know Iron Fist can whip some ass. Like, there's no guarantee, you know. What is he? He's the best martial artist there is.
Yeah.
He has the fist.
Chi.
He has the chi.
Well, would you cast a white guy with Asian influences, or just go
I'll
cast
do
an
that.
Asian person?
No,
White guy.
white guy with Asian influences, most definitely. But he has to. I'll give a Hawaiian guy. I could do something like that.
Maybe Samoan or something like that.
Mhm.
Who would you cast as Danny Rand?
That's difficult, man. We're gonna have to Google that because that type of role, like, all right, Taylor Lautner, all right, he
So you
can
have to
do
cast
that.
your blonde.
He can be an Iron Fist, but it not to the point where I'm like, you know what, that's the man. Like that's the first guy because he does martial arts and stuff like that. But that's just a name to throw out there.
The Rock
This-
as Iron Fist.
I'm
Yeah.
thinking this
Yeah.
may be like bad, but like Zac Efron, he took it seriously.
uh, nah, he's not a superhero guy to be honest, man. I is that you know what it is now that every movie or TV show comes out, they have the actor looking like the comic book guy, you know, and they portray him so well, so it makes you doubt any person we mention. Not like Zac Efron, but like any person, you know what I mean? But that to each his own, you know.
Mm-hmm.
What next Netflix series would you like them to do after, let's say, like Phase 1?
Obviously, Punisher.
They're supposed to the Defenders. They're supposed to add that because Netflix said in a rumor that every 6 months they're trying to have a series of a show come out, or every 6 months they finish shooting something. I don't know, but
And all the Defenders are supposed to be in Infinity War.
that
That'd be pretty cool if it led up to that.
kind of.
Yeah, I could see Defenders. I'll say Defenders too.
Well, what I want to see after the Defenders, at least from Netflix series, is a build-up of the Marvel Knights.
Yes, Moon Knight, Blade. Oh, that would be good.
Oh, you know what? You guys are like kind of young, but when this is what maybe 4 or 5 years ago. Supposedly, rumor, Taylor Lautner was the new Blade.
What?
No.
Blade has to be black, and he has to have his jazz influence.
Wesley Snipes has been in talks with Marvel about returning as Blade.
he.
That's great.
They've had ongoing talks for the past 4 months. In
You
an
know
interview,
what?
he said.
He won't be Blade. He may be the mentor. I can see that because the thing is, he's old, man. He's in his 50s, I think. He, I understand the vampires don't, age, but all the makeup they put on him ain't gonna be shit. Cause look at Samuel L. Jackson. That motherfucker is old.
Well, what about what they do with Hank Pym and Ant-Man? Michael Douglas was young as
Yeah, but
fuck.
it's a Netflix show. It's different. They have less of a budget.
That true. That also. But man,
I'm trying to think of. I'm trying to think of more villains they could put than
Ghost Rider?
Taskmaster.
Taskmaster. Everyone wants him. Everyone wants him.
I remember watching the Ghost Rider cartoon when I was younger and reading the comics, and I always wanted a show for Ghost Rider, not the crappy Nick Cage movies. But
You could do a Ghost Rider movie or a Ghost Rider TV show for cheap and have it focusing on the races. And you can even do the new Ghost Rider. Is it Robbie Reyes? It's a teenage kid, Hispanic kid in LA who has to take care of his disabled brother. And I feel like that would be a good, relatable thing to build the show off of.
and they could introduce Vengeance in season 1 as one of the main antagonists. Yeah,
And we could have Mephisto as like a big bad in like the Marvel movies as an end too, like after Thanos.
yeah, that would be pretty cool. Um, yeah, make like Ghost Rider and Vengeance come across each other around like episode 5, and they fight for a couple of episodes, and then they find some big baddie that's even worse than Vengeance, so they team up against them because that's how it went in the comics.
Hmm. Man, so many, so many thoughts, so many talks, so many rumors in this, man. And
Now that also that Spider-Man's back, we get a lot more villains to choose from now too. That can be in the Netflix show and in the movies.
Yeah.
Like if they were to do a Blade thing, he could fight Morbius, the vampire.
Yes.
oh
Yes.
my gosh,
That'd be so great.
I think we all want Morbius if it were to be a Blade, and you know what? Have him be the bad guy in the
Yeah.
middle of the season to the end.
And maybe you can make it where Peter Parker has that mutation that turns him into the giant spider.
See, now we talking, folks. Now we talking. I hope Marvel, you watch this. All right,
Yeah.
if you steal this, we will know. We may not have lawyers, but we will fucking gather our money up. We will go to your headquarters and we will riot. All four of us.
Well, their headquarters is in New York, Tim. So
Oh
we could meet
shit!
there.
Well, guess what?
We'll get J Squad to come and riot with us.
Yeah. Yeah, I found out that their headquarters were in New York because of the Lego Avengers movie.
Oh man.
You know, sitting there trying to get into the Lego Avengers game. I'm sorry. But yeah, they'd have the big Marvel office right in the center of New York, next to Stark Tower.
So me and Tim got this.
Yeah, we'll fucking go on mobiles and like have you guys screaming, "Hey, we want you people stole our ideas. We want to get paid." Shit, you know what?
I'd take $1 million. I'd
Yeah.
take $1 million and just walk away.
I'd take a bologna sandwich.
Yeah. I would take a job, like getting water for the director or some shit like that.
Just to see what's going on the set.
Mhm.
But I most definitely will not have no cell phone if I were to work like in a office like that. No cell phone. I'll leave it at home because I'd rather have my eyes. Trust me, your eyes will remember everything you saw, and your head would just be going crazy and crazy. Shit.
Imagine like being like a Kevin Feige type and like deciding all what to do with the whole entire MCU, like what villains to put here and what to like how everything should go. Like that would be a really fun job.
Mhm.
But also stressful because you have to oversee all the Marvel movies, even if you don't own the rights to them. Like he still has to go and oversee the Fox franchise movies.
A lot of talks.
My stomach turns whenever we talk about Fox.
How do you like the costume so far for X-Men Apocalypse? For like how the X-Men look with all the like the black and silver.
Don't get me started on freaking Ivan Ooze, Mr. Freeze, Apocalypse.
For the individual X-Men, I think it looks all right. I
Ah.
think it has a little bit of yellow trim to it.
They tease us in X-Men First Class with the blue and yellow, and nothing anymore.
You know what? Not even, dude. They teased the Wolverine, blue and yellow, and X-Men Wolverine. Yeah.
That looks so perfect.
With Silver Samurai.
Mhm.
I would be okay with the X-Men Evolution costume for Wolverine because that costume was cool too.
Oh man, fucking gorgeous. But you know, they're not gonna give it to us, folks. I'm sorry, man. We can ask. Shit, I mean, if Hugh Jackman
I think he
begged,
would be down. I think he would be down for it if it's his last X-Men Wolverine movie.
all right, now would you be mad if they did this to you? If this is basically you're gonna get honey dicked. Right now, I'm about to say that it's the last 10 minutes of the film. He puts on the suit. He walks off somewhere. End credits.
No, I'd be okay. I'd be okay.
Yeah, I'd be okay.
I'd be like, I finally got the suit. I may have not seen it in action, but he's finally wearing it. I'm all good.
How do you guys feel about a Luke Cage storyline in the Netflix universe?
I hate it. I don't like the guy. I think Terry Crews should be Luke Cage or Michael J. White should be Luke Cage. I'm sorry.
Michael J. White is under contract with CW.
Yeah.
Oh really?
Yeah, he played
Bronze Tiger. Oh man. Damn.
And there's rumors of him coming back for Spawn when they remake it.
Thank you. Please, please. That movie was awesome. I'm glad it didn't even make a sequel. Shit, man.
So Hellboy 3?
Oh.
Yeah.
Dude, there's a petition you have to sign or something to get that.
All the people are down to do it.
Yeah, Ron Perlman, my ex-girlfriend, my first girlfriend, her friend knew Ron, like the dad or whatever, some shit. But yeah, I was jealous as fuck because Hellboy was a nice film.
The only thing about that is, does Guillermo del Toro have any time? Because he's busy doing like a million projects at once.
Please, the only thing he's doing is that fucking The Strain.
And Pacific Rim 2.
Who cares? I've never even seen that movie.
He's not doing Justice League Dark anymore. He left that.
I think he's still doing a Kojima project also.
No, that got scrapped. Kojima shut it down.
No, him and Kojima themselves are starting on a new IP.
No, he said he's never doing any games anymore.
Hey, let me ask you guys a question. You heard that rumor that Ronda Rousey wants to play
Captain Marvel.
No.
How would you all feel about her playing She-Hulk?
Oh
yes.
Shit.
Yes.
I feel like we would have to see She-Hulk as a lawyer first, in like a Netflix series, and then see her develop.
You could have her in Daredevil, like just as a small cameo, like her and Matt Murdock are going against each other in a trial.
Oh yes, that's perfect.
And then like the movies, when you see Hulk, like you see something to where he has to go and give blood for his cousin, and you just have that set up already.
Yeah. And you wouldn't need any special effects to do She-Hulk. I mean, just paint her green and maybe make her a little bigger.
Oh man, this guy is going old school right here.
So I guess this is not really a Fox X-Men Days of Future Past review anymore.
No, I'm still recording this on YouTube, man. Yeah, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
This is a long talk. Like whenever.
You can always edit it into other smaller vids.
Nah, I'm probably gonna stop the video in a few, but I'm probably gonna stop it right now. Actually. Alright, so everyone on YouTube, I'm cutting this short. We're going to be talking more, but it's going to be a different discussion. So please, if you watched the whole video and you liked it and you want to discuss more, please comment and we will get back to you. And you know, if we have another talk, it will be as long as this, 55 minutes and going on. But I'm Tim Hype. Leave a comment, subscribe, follow me on Twitter, Tim Hype, and everything. As so as my friends, I'm gonna let them talk. You guys get it.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Thanks again, everyone, for coming out and enjoying our talk. This is Big White Honky. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter as well, and subscribe to my movie review channel, Big White Honky, on YouTube. And don't forget to leave me some comments down below the videos and tell me what you think of the reviews.
I would like to thank all y'all for stopping by and listening to us rant about stupid nerdy shit. You can find me on Twitch at NexusProdgy and also on Twitter.
King of Comics. Hope you enjoyed the video. It's fun talking comics with comic lovers, and you can just find me basically on anything, just searching KingofComics726.
Alright, YouTube, you got everything right now? Do it. Please do it.
Do it.
Please.
Just do it.